Alright, let me show you what I got going on here today. My backhoe joystick broke on me that runs the buckets and the dipper. It got really loose and it wasn't like this one is nice and firm right in the center. This one over here was laying in like this, and it was like from there to there was real nothing. There was no resistance. You could still use it, but it was a learning curve trying to figure out where the spot was that would run the curl and the dipper. But anyways, this is the plate, and this piece right here is the pivot for the joystick. So these two run the valves, and then the other one is the empty hole is what the pivot goes in, and as you can see, it just sheared right off. I think I'm going to try to make my own out of just some regular metal. I think this is zinc. I thought it was aluminum, and from what I read, I think another gentleman found out that it was zinc. So I'm not going to mess with trying to get it back together. I think I'm just going to trace out the way I want it. Cut these holes out. I'll probably cut another one that's a little bit smaller. See how this one's stepped? That way it'll be roughly the same height, and then I'm just going to cut off a straight piece and weld it straight up on this and put a hole in it for this part. The only thing this thing does with this step is it helps this boot to stay on. So that's why I think I will try to double it, and hopefully that boot will fit good enough. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Alright, so here's the first plate. I got it cut and drilled. I still gotta cut the top plate. This one matches this bottom width and length. So I'm gonna trace and cut this one and drill it out. I'll slot my holes and see how everything fits, and then we'll weld it up. Alright, here's the second plate, and I got it clamped already. I got it around with the steps sticking out, and then I can grind that down if I need to, if it's too much. I'm gonna go ahead and get this welded up, and then we'll move forward. Alright, so there's both plates welded together, drilled, and it's installed on the valve block. You can see it's still got the step around it, and the boot, I put the boot on it before I put it on here, and it fits good. It's a little tight. It was tight on the other one. Down this gap right here. I might get it to go on there. I might have to take this back off and grind this down a little bit. But the valves are cleared around it. They're not touching anywhere. And the set screws are tight. They kind of help keep it in position as well. So now I just need to position my raised portion is for the pivot. I'll just cut two of them out that are roughly this size and go ahead and weld them together. Probably go ahead and drill it and sit this pivot in it and tighten it down. That way I can put it on the plate and hopefully get it right where it needs to go and tack it. Alright, here it is with the raised portion welded on it, if you want to call it welded. It is stuck to it. I've pitched it on the ground on this concrete a few times, and slung it around trying to knock it off, and it's on there. So that's that. All I did with this raised portion was I took, let me find it right here. It was this same piece that I use everything with, and I just cut it out like that, and took two of them and just welded them together and ground them down, and just matched it up with the height that I needed with this thing, and then that's it. And I just laid the piece on here, and I took a drill bit and went through it and scored this piece so I had about the approximate height. It didn't have to be perfect because there was leeway, and I drilled it out, stuck it on here. So I got it all welded up, and I added the raised portion and got it welded to the plate. Everything is bolted down and tight where it would be. I'm going to take it off and maybe clean it up just a touch more with a grinder, and then I'm going to paint it just to hold back on the rust. It does work. Works good, I think. I haven't hooked it up, but it centers itself like it should. It goes left, it goes right, forward, straight back, and go diagonal. Just gotta tighten this thing up to where this doesn't contact these. Back over this way. So, like that. I'm gonna take it, like I said, I'm gonna take it back apart. I'll probably go ahead and clean everything up, put some grease on all those pivot points, and that's that. That should do it. $360 that I don't have to spend. All right, here it is, all put back together. The boot is on it. It fits good. It actually feels and looks just like it did. It's tight to get that boot on, so you have to take the stabilizer for the left side, the two Allen set screws for it. You have to take it out, and that way it'll move out of your way, and your boot will slide right on. And then when you put that back on, it actually kind of holds that boot. So it can be done at home with minimal tools. You don't need no big fancy equipment. Your grinder, drill, cut-off wheel. That's about it. A welder. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Appreciate you watching.